Today, we're going to be watching every sack from Caleb Williams' rookie season. There's so much discourse online about, is it his fault for the sacks? Is it the O-line's faults for their sacks? Are the receivers not getting open? Is it a coverage sack? So what I'm going to do today is we're going to watch each sack. I'm going to mark down whether it is a QB sack or an O-line sack, and we'll keep track of it. I'll have a counter up here. And then also at the end, I kind of want to see, are the sacks that he's causing coming earlier in the year? Did he get better later in the year? We'll be able to figure that all out. But let's get right into it. We're going to start from game one, and we're going to just go right through them. Bears are lining up under center here. Motion, Gerald Everett. Coleman, Shelton just gets destroyed. I think it is safe to say that one would probably be on the O-line. But anytime, in my opinion, that you have Gerald Everett in the game, you already put yourself at a disadvantage, especially if he's just blocking. So that one's going to go to the O-line. Shelton got destroyed. Got the Bears here lining up in shotgun, two backs in the backfield. Motion from Keenan Allen. Now, I don't know necessarily, I guess we can go back to the sideline view and look at it. It looks like this one's going to be on Caleb, but let's look at the routes. He's got to get back to his dump off here, so I'm going to give that one to Caleb. Next, we're here with the Texans, lining up in shotgun. Motion. I don't really know. I mean, they came around the end. They looped around the end. Let's see if any of the receivers were open, because that was enough time to get the ball off. The issue is, and this was an issue I felt a lot with the Shane Waldron offense, is it was a lot of long developing routes when you obviously did not have the line for it. And you have the dump off guy here, but he doesn't really have a chance. So I think I'm going to put that on the O-line, even though that's kind of a coverage sack. It's more a play calling sack. I don't know. I'm going to put O-line for this one because I don't really see where he's supposed to go outside of the dump off. So I think going with O-line is good. All right. Sending pressure. There's nobody open. I mean, he tries to make something happen. The line holds up okay. There's no easy option, though. What is this? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, instead of wide receiver or just O-line and QB, I'm also going to do coverage sacks. So I would say the last two are on the wide receivers. Well, not wide receivers, but just there wasn't really anything to do there. Shotgun formation. Got to get the ball out. I don't know where he's reading this or how he's reading this. I don't know the progressions or anything like that, but I feel like this is a play where Caleb can put his head up, and also he's got to be smarter just to throw the ball out of bounds. He gets laid out. This one's definitely on the QB here. Here we go. This is just brutal from the left side. I mean, as that Kmet just blows his block. I mean, this is gonna, I'm gonna put this one on the O-line, I think. I mean, if you want to argue it, I guess you could say, you can't even throw that though. He's coming downhill already. There's no option here, and Kmet blows the block, so I'm going to leave that at O-line. All right, line up in shotgun here, back on their own 8. Blitzed. Let's see if there's anybody that he could have got the ball to. The play's pretty much... he's evading pressure pretty early on. That pocket is collapsed, and there's a guy. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much breaking free. So you could maybe argue that there's someone there, but where's the separation? I mean, there's nobody. There's nobody. I mean, so it's on the it's on the, the play call. It's on the O-line. I don't really see that one as a Caleb sack. So I'm going to put O-line. Still in the Texans game. Pretty brutal. Motion across with DeAndre Carter. Time. He's got time. Not a lot of time, but enough where he could dump this off here, I feel like. I mean, he's not necessarily looking over there. He's got pressure coming from his backside. He knows it, and we could stop. But there's a guy in the flat right here. This is a QB sack. All right. Shotgun here. They send pressure. This side gets blown up. It's a long developing play. Nobody's open. He gets there. I mean, let's see how long since the ball was snapped. 1, 2, 3. I mean, this guy falls down or he just has his man beat here. The play call, I mean, like, this is just evident of how bad Shane Waldron was, especially situationally. Like, them not to have an out button. Like, they have the linebacker here covering the dump off. So I want to call this one O-line, but I also want to call it like I'm going to go more coverage sack. Like, yes, like it wasn't ideal, but you got to scheme things open. So finally moving into the Colts game, week 3s for Caleb exploded for 363 yards. Wasn't his cleanest game, but still impressive week 3. That is, let me see. Let me watch the receivers again. Nope. Yeah. One more time. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You can argue that he can make the throw here. You have this guy right here. And no one's really creating separation except DJ Moore down here. The issue is he's obviously reading this side of the field just from what it looks like. And to get back here would have been tough. I mean, he gets back down into that. I'm going to give this one to the O-line, but I guess you could argue quarterback if you really wanted to. All right, empty set. There's nobody. I mean, like, look at this. There's nobody in the middle of the field. How is there not a single player in the middle of the field? You have 2 people all the way on the outside, and you have 2 people streaking down, which the safety is picking up. Like, how do you expect this play to work? I understand why Waldron wouldn't meet with Caleb, because Caleb was probably like, what the fuck are we calling? Okay. I mean, where do you want him to throw the ball? This is a coverage sack. I guess on any of these, you can argue that on a coverage sack, he should throw the ball away. And when he realizes right here that he doesn't have anyone beat, he probably should just throw this out of bounds. But this is a rookie in week 3, and you need to be giving him better options down low or just like easy dump off passes. There really wasn't one in that situation. Under center. Time. He's got time. He's got the dump off. This is tough because Braxton Jones can't get beat like this. If that is Braxton. Or maybe it's not. I can't see. I mean, you got someone right here. You have someone in the dump off. I don't know. I mean, let's see if he's getting to the top of his drop. 1, 2. That ball, I feel like the ball's got to be out a little bit quicker. I'm going to put that on the QB, even though the O-line did not do that great of a job. There was an option here, and he did step up in the pocket after the top of his drop. Last play from the Colts game. We're already at play 13. Say, okay. Line holds up well. There is a dump off. There's a guy here. There's someone here. He already turned his hips. Let's see. 1, 2. I mean, he's already... This is a pretty bad rep from the O-line. Like, he got beat pretty much immediately and was in recovery mode. If he holds on for a half second longer, Caleb is probably making this throw. So I'm going to go to the O-line. Now let's go to the Rams game. Just a brutal game to watch. 2 running backs in the backfield out of shotgun. He's got time. I mean, not a lot of time. But I guess my thing is, okay, you have the running back finally leaking out of the backfield. He doesn't have time to even get, like, by the time the running back is out in the backfield, like, the defender's already there. Everett, when he's at the top of his drop, hasn't even turned around yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you go with this. Personally, I'm going to call that a coverage sack. Now, mind you, I'm nowhere near, I watch film, but I don't have like any special training in it. So this is just what I'm seeing. I could be, this isn't law, but it is, I think, a fair look at, and if you want to disagree with what I rank these, feel free, but I think people should be exposed to kind of, what actually happened last year. Caleb was responsible for it, but a lot of the play concepts and long developing plays, along with subpar interior offensive line play, when they have a fucking ton of, I think they had like 23 different line combinations last year. Like, it was bad. It was bad. Like, not ideal for a rookie quarterback at all. All right. Top of his drop. He's got to dump that off. QB sack. Easy. That one is not hard. Only a couple sacks in the Rams game. Motion across O'Doomsday. 2 backs. They sent pressure. I mean, let's see. Where is it? I mean, I guess he could get the ball out here. But there's already someone there. I mean, let's see if the running back blows his assignment. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the assignment is. You have the running back. See, he releases out here, so I guess you could hit him here. But this running back comes up to help here. There's a free rusher. So I'm going to say O-line on this one, even though it is hard because it is a blitz. They are outnumbered, but the passing, the passing protection, the pass protection didn't hold up as it probably should have. QB sack easily, had someone open. Didn't make the play. Moving into the Jags, that's where we thought the season was about to take off. All right. Shotgun, 1 back. He's got options, and he could dump it off. Let me see. One more time. I want to see where he gets to the top. Yeah. I mean, he's got time. I'm going to put that at a QB. I mean, I look at it like this, like, if you got a chance to get it, and I'm not saying that he should do this or like, oh, he's bad for not doing this. I mean, I did not play the quarterback position. But when you look at this from an NFL standard, like, I feel like you should be able to get the ball off. If you have a clean enough pocket, there's a guy right in front of you. Even if it's for like a gain of 2 or 3, it's much better than losing 5. And that's how I want to look at it. So, all right. He's got time, steps up. Let's see. No one's really open. No one's open. Let's see. I mean, by the time this guy even leaks out, he's already hit. So I'm going to put this as a coverage sack because he did have some time. So shotgun. Top of his drop. He's got time. I don't know if this is open. Nope, not open. I feel like while Rome does get open and the line he could have stayed in this pocket for another second and made that throw. Because if you look at it, he sees Rome. Actually, I mean, I don't know what he sees, but my guess is when he turns his head there, he sees him. And I think he sees all of this. And while it is not a clean pocket, you can make a throw from that pocket. Like, there's room. And I feel like he ran out of there. So I'm going to give that a QB sack because he could have made a play. 2 backs, shotgun for the Washington game. I mean, immediately. I mean, it's a screenplay, so you got to let him go. But the end for Washington does such a good job at pushing him back and getting into this pass lane that it's kind of like, what do you even do, first of all? So I would say at this point, this is going to be a, I guess, coverage sack. It's not really like, I don't know how you get that out of there if you're Caleb. Like, you could throw it now. I don't know. Like, it's, by the time he gets to like the top of his drop where he's ready to make the throw, it's already dead. And you have the guy coming up here. So he could have made a play. I'm going to call it a coverage sack, even though it was the defensive line. Shotgun, 1 running back in the backfield. I mean, he's still reading the field over here. Pretty much everyone is covered. He gets out. This guy's drifting to the sideline. He's got the guy in the flat, but let's see how long the O-line takes to break down. Read, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm going to give that one to the O-line. They've actually been pretty clean recently. Caleb's trying to get the ball off. They send 5. Bears keep Everett into check. There's nobody open. I mean, I guess you could give your guy a chance. If I'm Caleb, though, in this situation, once you see that you don't have your man beat, you could throw it out. 1, 2. I mean, by the time he's getting to the top of his drop, you can make the argument for a lot of these that he can just throw it away, and he needs to. But this one to me is O-line. All right, let's move into the Cardinals game. This was just a quick. We're doing some work in another state, and I didn't get to watch the Bears game, so I literally turned off all notifications, everything. Was so excited to come watch this game. I really thought Caleb was going to tear it up. Mind you, it's like 1 a.m. when I get back, and I watched the whole thing through, and it was just such a waste of time. I was so like, why did I even take the time to do this? Caleb and shotgun, 1 running back in the backfield. Pretty clean pocket. There's nothing. There's nothing. Coverage sack again. Honestly, like, I want to know what Waldron was thinking. Like, how do you watch this tape on all the sacks and realize a lot of the time your guys aren't creating separation down the field? So maybe stop calling long developing plays when you don't have the line for it and you don't have the separators at the receiver position. All right. He's got to dump this off here. Whatever happens, it's a quarterback sack. All right. Shotgun. He's got to get around to... that's, to me, a coverage sack. If you look at it, I mean, This guy, the flat's open right here for Swift. By the time he's able to get his head around, it's covered. This, you could argue, is open. Why these guys are right next to each other is beyond me, but I'm going to call that one a coverage sack. Hey, man, I forgot the Cardinals really got to the quarterback this game. Shotgun. Swift picking up a pass protector, just horrible. I mean, like, he gets to the top of his drop, and there's already someone right here. So, there's someone right here open that he can make the throw, but he's already on the run. Like, this is a O-line sack for sure. Shotgun. Cardinals send pressure, and there's nobody. Coverage sack. Shotgun, one running back again. Cardinals bring pressure, send 5. I mean, there's nobody. There's nobody. Who missed their protection? So, first of all, Darnell Wright false starts. False starts. Doesn't pick up anybody. I mean, they don't even know what's going on. This is an O-line sack. All right, under center versus the Patriots. Just another abysmal game. All the time in the world. No separation. Coverage sack. I mean, yeah, Caleb's got to throw it away, but I'm not doing potential throwaways in my rankings because you could argue that he should throw it away, and he should, but there should also be a fucking outlet pass for him. I know it's just frustrating because, like, this is a rookie quarterback. Why would you not build in a little outlet for him? I understand it. I understand they wanted him to do a lot. Like, I get that. And I think he can handle it. But not in these situations. No. Especially not his first year. Lining up shotgun, one back to the left. We have trips on the right. Okay. Immediately, from what I can see, there's not a single guy open. Look at that. Attached at the hip. Again, coverage sack. Golly. The reason I feel like it's so brutal watching this, I keep stopping, is because if you were to just evaluate this from a week-to-week standpoint, you'd be like, I understand you can't switch up the whole offense, but send a back on a crossing route, send a receiver on a drag route. Like, why are these long developing routes and everything is to the perimeter? Everything is to the perimeter. Under center. Everett is in the play blocking. Wide receiver gets blown up. Is there what is the point of this play? Okay. Can't. Top of his drop. There's nobody here. The routes haven't even developed yet. Outside of this route to the flat. And he's already, this is O-line. I don't know what that was, personally. I can't believe they lost this game the way they did. It was so bad. Send pressure. There's nobody open. Coverage sack. I mean, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? All right. Bring Kmet into the backfield. That's always a recipe for, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what. I've kind of soured on Kmet a little bit. So, okay. 3 long developing routes with no outlet. Finally get him, but he's reading the other side of the field and he's about to get destroyed. When you watch this, and mind you, I'm only halfway through at this point. It's very obvious that the play calling was quite a major issue. In case anyone didn't know that watched any Bears football this year. All right. Looks like they're about to blitz on the right side, overpower. They have no answer for it. O-line. Let's see where these guys go. Okay, so here's what I don't get. And I don't understand the protections. I don't know what their rules are. You have a linebacker who's, I know this is late, but he's moving like he wants to blitz. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 protectors. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, one in the middle, but you're overpowering this right side. So please tell me why Coleman Shelton decides to double this guy instead of picking up the guy in the middle. Like I said, I don't know their rules. But the running back, even though they're overpowering this side, goes to the middle to pick him up, and we just leave a guy untouched. I don't know what rules they have, what's their standard, what's their procedure. I get it. It's all different, and I don't play that position. I don't coach that position. But this is the type of thing that just felt like this year, it's like no one knows what they're doing. And the pass protection from the running back standpoint was not good. 5 wide, roll out to the short side of the field. Guy coming from the back. There's nobody. This is a coverage sack. Shotgun, one running back to the back. One running back in the backfield. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, so we have a running back pick him up. 2 guys right next to each other. Another guy running upfield. Nobody's open. Again, there's no outlet pass. They don't know who to pick up. As much as this is bad by the O-line, this is a coverage sack. There's nobody open and no outlet pass. See, because the thing is, if there was an outlet pass and he's just missing it, then that's going to be on the QB. But there's not even an outlet pass. All right. No one's even in the... All right, here we go. Running back comes across the chip help on the edge. He's at, let's see, when he hits the top of his drop. Here, okay? He's here. I don't know if you want to make that throw because he's going to be right there. And that's the only chance. Moore is the only throw he gets the chance to make. That's going to be an O-line. Because he was coming open, but because of the fact that the O-line broke down so quickly, I would call that an O-line sack. Under center, we're back. We're starting off with divisional play now. Just brutal, man. Brutal. Ben Johnson, please save us. That's O-line, by the way, if you didn't guess. Shotgun. He's got to know to get to his check down. That's a quarterback sack. This play is kind of similar to the last one. You know, he does have a pocket. He has, I mean, I know it crunches in, but like, one, two, there's people there. I mean, this is QB. I thought the Vikings were really going to wreak havoc on the Bears, and pretty happy with how they handled them this year. Caleb in shotgun, one running back to the right. Play action to the short side of the field. Not a single guy really open. This, to me, is a quarterback sack because when you're rolling out and you have the space like this and there's just nothing there, and I know he wants to make a play, you got to throw it out. And it's not like it wasn't like a traditional sack. So I'm going to give that to the QB because he's got to know to throw that out of bounds. Even if it was loss of 1 or whatever, you'd rather not lose that yard. Motion in the shotgun, one running back in the back. It looks like they're showing pressure. They drop back. He's at the top of his drop, could throw it right here, and he doesn't. This is a QB sack. I believe this is the last play from the Vikings game. All right. Ample time. I mean, I don't know where he fits this ball in here. I feel like this is where it's out of his hands. And this guy was here. Do you think the ball gets here in time, or do you think they make a play on it? That one kind of is a coverage sack to me, but that one could be debated. All right, under center. Snaps the ball. Top of his drop. Let's see. One more time. Top of his drop. He's looking here. He's got to throw that. That's a QB sack. It's one-on-one. He's crossing the field. He's probably going to have a step on him. He's got to throw that. And yeah. All right. Shotgun, one running back. Motion. Everything's kind of covered up. There's nowhere to go. Let's see. Get to the top of his drop. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's nothing. Motion. 4, send 4. Let's see. Gets to the top of his drop. Is evading pressure. He's on the right side of the field. This is a quarterback sack because he needs to throw this away. Once he breaks that pressure and doesn't see there's anything, he needs to get rid of the ball. 2 players in the backfield. Play action. He has time. There's no one. Yeah, this is a coverage sack. I don't know where he's supposed to go with that. Shotgun. Caleb snaps the ball. This is just, where there's nothing. Whoever's playing. Oh, good morning, Larry Borum. You want to block for us? That's what you get paid for. It's like, seriously, I want to know what goes on in these O-line rooms that this type of shit that was happening in whatever week this was. I understand he came in because of injury, but look at this. He there's a guy coming inside, okay? The linebacker is pretty far off the line. I don't know what his responsibilities are, but bro, who's to your left making a play? If there's a guy coming around the edge, who's going to block him? All right, 49ers. All right, time, player open, QB. We're 50 plays through. If you guys are enjoying the video, feel free to subscribe. We upload weekly videos. We go live. We're going to be doing a mock off season this upcoming week. Thank you guys so much for your support. Ever since we became a Bears channel, it has been a lot of fun. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you think that Caleb was kind of dealt a bad hand in terms of the sacks, if it was more O-line or coverage, or if you think it was more on him. I personally think everyone's got their fair share of issues. But as you can see, just to review this one real quick, he gets the top of his drop. There's players coming open underneath, and even if so, this is, first of all, this is horrible. The fact that there's 4 players right here all at once, yes, I understand rub routes and everything like that, but this is too much if a play doesn't go how you want. This doesn't leave him an option outside of here, which he should have probably just said fuck it. And once he saw that, he probably should have dumped it off. And that's why I'm giving him the QB sack. But in decisions like that, that's very hard. But at the NFL level, you need to be able to make those smart decisions to say, you know what, this play is dead. Let me get it to my dump off guy and get 3 to 4 yards. Lining up at the shotgun. top of his drop. There's people here. This is going to be a QB. Unfortunate, because you could see as the year was going on, Caleb was missing some open guys, which was not, it's not ideal. Hopefully Ben Johnson fixes this. All right. Here, looks like the O-line is hold. Hello, Coleman Shelton. All right. Quarterback is at the top of his drop. He's got to make this throw. I mean, this is a tight window, but he's got to get that ball out. This is kind of sad because I'm going to kind of split this up. Obviously, O-line sacks, coverage sacks, and quarterback sacks. But it looked like early in the year, it was a good combination. And later in the year, it kind of looks like it's a lot of Caleb's faults. All right. Top of the drop. Who's open? Nobody. Coverage sack. Motion from Kmet. One back in the backfield out of the shotgun. Call the play. They send for. Well, let's see what happens. He throws the ball. Oh, this is on the QB. This is where he fumbled the ball. Shotgun, 5 wide. 49ers send 4. I mean, all the players are literally just sitting down the routes. He can make this throw to DJ. He has the arm to do that. And that's an NFL throw. So I'm going to give that one on the QB. Here's my thing. The wide receivers are just running the routes that they're told to run. Whether those routes are good or not, whether those routes are optimal for the situation is not up to them. That's up to the play caller. So if they're running a route that they are open and Caleb is looking at them and Caleb doesn't make the throw and there's enough of a window there, tie goes to the quarterback. Because the quarterback can make the throw, because if they make the throw and it's incomplete, then you don't lose any yards. But when you lose sacks, you're constantly hurting your field position. All right. Caleb in the shotgun, one back to the left. 49ers send 5, I believe. There's people in the flats. He doesn't have a ton of time. Once he sees that nothing is kind of open downfield, he needs to turn and throw that. This is going to be a QB sack. Shotgun, one back to the left. Vikings send 5. Caleb hits the top of his drop. He lines up the throw and gets destroyed. That's going to be on the O-line. Shotgun again. Running back to the right. The Vikings send 5 again. Swift pops up. Darnell Wright gets destroyed. He's at the top of his drop. There's really nobody open. I don't know. Did someone not get to their spot fast enough? This is dead already. I'm going to call this one O-line because as the routes are starting to develop, it's already dead. Caleb Williams in a shotgun, one running back to the left. Lions send 5. There's someone open that one's tough. As he hits the top of his drop, this is open. He's got to make this throw. This is here. He doesn't have a ton of... See, if he doesn't hesitate, this is a completion. Look how far separated that is. That's a QB. So Lions send a linebacker that loops around. You have 3 people to the right. By the time he's at the top of his drop and is moving up, that he sees this guy, That's when people start breaking. He can't even set his feet and throw. While I want to say this is a coverage sack, by the time he gets to the top of his drop, he's already on the move. So I'm going to say this is an O-line. Now, a lot of this, like I said, a lot of this could be solved with play calling, I feel like. But for what we have, this is what it looks like to me. Swift in motion. Seahawks send 4. You have 2 people in the flat here. He's not even looking. This is a quarterback sack. Okay, he gets to the top of his drop. Here, okay, nothing's open. He has a clean pocket. Like, it's collapsing, yeah, okay. But he has a clean pocket. Like, this is space. This is like space in the NFL. Like, you have to know how to navigate muddy pockets. And Caleb is elusive, but I felt like at this point in the year, he just started taking off. Like, he could have chilled back there for a couple extra seconds, like before he started stepping up. And this wasn't even there. He had 2 guys here. That could have been a big gain. Here we go. Shotgun running back to the right. Seahawks send 5. He's got to make that throw. It's going to be a quarterback sack. He had someone in the flat. And he had time to make this throw. Like, he was already at the top of his drop. He dropped further back. Like, he's got to do that. Caleb may have been seeing ghost versus the Seahawks, unfortunately. Under center, this game was just abysmal to watch, as most Bears games were this year. Play action. Rome just gets destroyed. He's got to throw that away. QB sack. Shotgun, 1 running back to the right. Kmet is there to chip, I would hope. Yep. All right, let's see what happened here, because a lot started happening at once. They overpower the left side of the field, or the high side of the field. He gets to the top of his drop. There's nothing here. As soon as he can't even get. By the time he realizes there's nothing there, it's already done. That's an O-line sack. Empty, 5 wide. They just don't have the protection at all. Let's see if any receiver even turned their back. He can't. No, this is a pick if he throws this. This is an O-line sack. Caleb, in shotgun, you show they're pressuring. This play gets blown up pretty quick. It's pretty muddy right here. I have a problem deciding if this is O-line or coverage, because I'm going to put this as O-line. Like, the Seahawks were eating the Bears' lunch this game, and it was pretty embarrassing. Down to our last 2. Swift doesn't know where he's going. Caleb fumbles. Is it a bad snap? He just drops it. That's QB. Shotgun. Rome motion. Running back to the right. Caleb. Let me see. Ball goes. It's a high snap, but he could handle it. I'm going to just give that to the QB. So the quarterback was responsible for 27, O-line 21, and the wide receiver coverage sacks 20. So you could give a little bit more of the blame to Caleb, it looks like. But as a rookie, dealing with what he had to deal with, I don't think this is as bad as probably people are making it seem. Now, what would be concerning, okay? A lot of these quarterback sacks came later in the year. And you would hope that throughout the year, through coaching, through experience, that would be cleaned up some of those things. But it was apparent it got worse throughout the year. He's missing open receivers, holding onto the ball too long, not hitting his checkdowns. And I think Caleb kind of grew frustrated. The situation was trying to make a play, ended up being worse for him. But overall, I don't think it's as bad as people make it seem. But time will tell in the second year of Ben Johnson. They fix the O-line. If they can make this offense better for Caleb. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Bear Cave. If you like this type of content, maybe I can do other stuff with like every rushing attempt or every interception, every touchdown. Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. We'll be back weekly with another video.